the word transfer. Here's the instruction, no? Select a specific lesson for a subject area and grade level that you think you should be able to teach and handle when you're already a teacher in a school. Using the DepEd curriculum guide for the subject, create an assessment plan for student learning by formulating learning targets and proposing specific assessment tasks or activities to measure the identified learning targets. So use table 2.9 for this task. This will be accomplished by group, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, and grade 10 groups. You discuss with your group mates and create the assessment plan. Your output should be individually handwritten, even if you will have the same output, but it has to be individually handwritten and it will be individually submitted in our Google Classroom. So in the assessment plan, these are the rows here. You specify the subject. So for example, grade 7 science. And then you specify here the specific lesson. You choose from the curriculum guide kung sa inyo ang pilion nga lesson. Make sure that the competency that you have chosen is under the knowledge target and reasoning target, no? Kay, uh, if it is knowledge and reasoning, this can be captured in the traditional assessment, which is paper and pen test. Because the other learning target, which are the skills and performance and the affect, though ang affect, pwede man gyapon siya uh, written, but then it's more on observation, no? Nga makita nimo ang attitude and values sa student. Ang skills has something to do with uh, done physically, no? For example, cooking, driving, sewing, drawing, doing an experiment. These are all hands-on activity that should be done physically if there's a skill required. And then product has something to do with producing a tangible output. So for example, in woodworking, you produce something that are wooden crafts. In experiments, no, you have the result of the mixtures or whatever you're doing with the experiment. Lab results. When you produce something in the class, for example, in mathematics, I ask my students to like produce a 3D dimensional object with following dimensions, no? There's a specific dimensions that I give. So this cannot be covered or captured using the paper and pen test. So ang inyong pilion is katulang either the knowledge target or the reasoning target nga mga competency. So you have to specify here the learning outcomes or instructional objectives. So later I'll elaborate on this on how to write the learning outcome or instructional objectives. Then we have the learning targets here. You also write the corresponding learning target for your instructional objectives. Now, we learned also from the reporters that the learning target is stated in the point of view of the student. And then your assessment task or activity. So what is the assessment task or activity that aligns with your learning target? And then you specify here why use this assessment task or activity. You have to justify and you answer the question, how does this assessment task or activity help you improve your instruction? And then the last question is, how does this assessment task or activity help your learners achieve the intended learning outcomes? So I'd like to show you a sample in mathematics. Pasa. Okay, so this is the curriculum guide in math. So for example, for the assessment plan, say the subject is grade 8 mathematics. So specific lesson is on linear inequalities in two variables. So the learning outcomes or instructional objectives, we usually state these words and this is actually written in the lesson plan. Now your work as a teacher is to create a lesson plan ahead of the lesson. So if your lesson or schedule is uh, like Monday, it is expected that all the lessons for that week uh, is already prepared the previous week. So ingon ana ang atong lesson plan no, we plan ahead. So dito sa instructional objectives, we actually use the words at the end of the session. The student should be able to, no, ang uban ana butangan pag na siya percentage pila ka percent sa students. But in most cases, pwede wala na. Kay understood nga at least acceptable ang number of students nga maka-achieve ani nga uh, objectives. So number one, define linear inequalities in two variables. Number two, give examples of linear inequalities in two variables. Number three, illustrate linear inequalities in two variables using graphs. Now, in writing the instructional objectives, this is not actually found in the competency from the curriculum guide because in the curriculum guide, it is stated in a general form intended for the whole week. So your work as a teacher is to break that down into smaller tasks, no? So since you already know the content, expected nga uh, knowledgeable ka sa content. So it means if you are given this competency, this is good for a week, you can break that down into smaller tasks and putting that into daily plan. So this is just good for one day, no? So give examples of linear inequalities in two variables. Number three, illustrate linear inequalities in two variables using graphs. So for the learning targets, this is stated in the point of view of the student. So muna day nang na I can. So this is what you're going to present to your students. So for example, you say, class, our lesson today is on linear inequalities in two variables. Then you present this to the class, let them read it. These are our learning targets. So it means when the student will read that, it's like the student is telling himself or herself about the learning target, no? Number one is I can define linear inequalities in two variables. So you are using exactly the same verbs used in the instructional objectives like define, give examples, illustrate, no? So I can define linear inequalities in two variables. Number two, I can give examples of linear inequalities in two variables. Number three, I can illustrate linear inequalities in two variables using graphs. So my the learning target is exactly aligned with the instructional objectives. Now it's just stated in the point of view of the student. So the assessment task or activity is a written quiz that will require the students to define linear inequalities in two variables. So please take note, no, ang imuhang assessment task is aligned with your learning target. You said that number one, imong learning target is I can define linear inequalities. So in the assessment, you will also require the students to define linear inequalities into variables. Then give three examples of linear inequalities in two variables because this is aligned with learning target number two. that I can give examples of linear inequalities in two variables. Then, graph the three given linear inequalities in two variables using a graphing paper and coloring material to shade the solution region. The graphing part is aligned with the learning target, which is I can illustrate linear inequalities in two variables using graphs. So it is important for a teacher to align the assessment with the learning targets. Kay kung dili na sila mo align, it's like this scenario, no? Na ang imong target is kabalo sila mo drive og vehicle, but then ang imuhang assessment, ang test sa ila kung kabalo na ba sila mag-drive kay imo silang gipasayaw. So they are not aligned. And sometimes the problem also with teachers is they overdo an assessment. In other words, wala na sa learning target pero imuhang gi-require sa estudyante. So still not aligned. So that is why we focus on the verbs that we use. That is why you learned about the Bloom's taxonomy and the sample verbs so that you will have an idea on what task are you expecting the students to do. Okay? So these are all under a knowledge target. No, wala pa gani ni reasoning. Kaya these are all uh, basic ideas and understanding. Kung kabalo sila ani, they can perform all this task. Okay. So what you're going to do right now, so mag-try sa tanong kung nakasabot ba. Sige. So kindly go over the curriculum guide. So kung grade 7 mo, kindly check the competencies and the content for grade 7. So for grade 8, you try to check also sa grade 8. You go to your respective grade level assignment, and then I will ask you no of the specific lesson that you have chosen kay atong tan-awon kung nakasabot ba unsay buhaton sa assessment plan. So I'd like to show the discussion kanina sa BS Ed Science 2B. Ilahang specific lesson is on plate tectonics. So the instructional objectives, so at the end of the session, so ako na yung nag-provide ani, say for example, 70% of the students should be able to setting a percentage here means munang imuhang indicator for success. For example, you have a class with 30 students and you set this to 70%, it would mean that 70% of 30 is 21. So 21 ka estudyante out of 30 imong gi-expect nga maka-achieve ani. Kung naay 9 ka buok nga wala naka-achieve, imo ra nang i-consider nga successful gyapon ka and you can proceed to the next topic. Okay? So, if it is below that, it's an indicator for you to reteach the topic or give supplementary exercises so that the students may understand and achieve these objectives. Okay? So, according to the one in charge for grade 10, so, kani daw ilahang instructional objectives, no? Ilang gi-breakdown. So first is identify the global distribution of active volcanoes. And number 2, explain geological features related to tectonic plate boundaries. So the learning targets would be, so I can identify the global distribution of active volcanoes. And number 2, I can explain geological features related to tectonic plate boundaries. So the assessment task or activity, dagan kay ni discussion no, gi-refine na lang ni sila kay at first is essay and then they realized can you really capture your learning target, or verify whether or not you have achieved the learning target using essay, no? So, through discussion, they agreed that they will just use matching type test to assess learning target number one. The matching type is a printed test with images of volcanoes around the world and match it with the location of the volcano. Then for the learning target number two, since this is explain, no, the verb used here is explain. So they agreed to have a short written response, and they asked students to explain geological features related to tectonic plate boundaries, no? So naay kanina naghatag og option 2, which is a written output pero mag-require of drawing. So again, is drawing uh, in your learning target. So wala man. So nganong imo mang ipadraw ang estudyante. Okay, so wala na nako gisulat ang option 3 kay nag-attempt pa lang ang isa, na vlogs na. Okay, so in ani ka critical ang role sa teacher, do not complicate things. Focus on your learning target. Whatever is the verb required for the learning target, that is the task that you should require the students to do in the assessment. Okay. So because the task or activity should be aligned with the learning target. So you should ask the question, what type of learning target is that? Is it knowledge target, reasoning target, skills target, or product target? Okay, so that is why be very conscious with the verb that you use. Okay. So let's hear from this class. Gusto ko mangutana sa grade 7. Okay? So, from grade 7, mangutana ta sa reporter. Ang reporters, dire sila maninikuan. Valye, Valcorsa, o Muhammad Said. Sige, Valye, unsa ka nga grade level under?
Grade 8, ma'am.
Grade 8, sige. Ikaw na lang, kamo na lang akong pangutan on grade 8. Sige, have you chosen a specific lesson? Can you give
Not
me the
yet.
specific
Para
lesson?
pa po, ma'am.
Come again?
Nangita pa po, ma'am.
Sige, pangita daw. Sige, I'll give you time ha. And so with the rest of the groups, pag una-una na mo daan nga, asa man ani nga competency? Kay basin ka na siya nga competency would require a product or it's a skill. So katulang knowledge or reasoning target, meaning pwede ta maka-assess using paper and pencil test. Ginaan na ba? Nakapili na mo, Valye?
Wala pa, ma'am.
Ikaw na lang pangutan-on. Reporter man ka. Sige, pangita diha. Open the curriculum guide. Sige, can you choose a specific lesson? So si grade 8 atong pangutan-on class ha. Or base na ay group na ready na, nakapili na atong tan-awon kung ano, and the whole class will help so that in this discussion at least nakasabot mo of how to make an assessment plan. Sige, is there any group na nakapili na og lesson? Sige, please use the mic and state your name. Kay dili na ako makita kinsa ang Gapataas og virtual.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Nakapili na mo, ma'am. Grade 9, ma'am.
Sige, dito ta sa grade 9. Si kinsa ni please?
Si Rocamora, ma'am.
Sige, Rocamora. Pagti ka ni Rocamora, no? Sige, Rocamora. Unsa inyong specific lesson?
Among specific lesson, ma'am, is kanang photosynthesis, ma'am. First quarter sa grade 9 po.
Photosynthesis, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, photosynthesis. Sakto ba niya akong spelling? Sakto man yata. So, photosynthesis. Ah, so mag-set ta karon sa inyong hang instructional objectives. Sige. Basaha sa kuno Rocamora unsay competency ana.
Ang learning competency niya, ma'am, is the differentiate kanang the basic features and importance of photosynthesis and respiration. Since
Okay.
whole week man siya, ma'am, sa photosynthesis lang sa amin.
Okay. So, differentiate ang verb nga gigamit, no? So, you have to understand nga kana siya is that is for the whole week. So, ato na siyang i-break down into smaller tasks nga daily task. Okay? So, magsugod lang sa ata sa day 1. So, muana ta. Instructional objectives at the end of the session. So, session sa science is 45 minutes. So, this is good for 45 minutes lang. So, say for example, gusto ta mag-set og 80% or basin taasan na mo sa 80, 70 lang sad pod. Pero 80% would mean 8 out of 10 students. Muna imong gi-expect na maka-achieve sa goal nimo, no? Your instructional objectives. So say for example, you want to set it on sa 70. Okay? So meaning na ay tulong nga imong i-allow nga di ka achieve. So basig mo bura, sige 18 na lang na nato. 80% of the students should be able to, okay. So can you tell me, Rocamora, what will be your instructional objective?
Ay, sorry, ma'am, nakamute na. So, the first one, ma'am, is that at the end of the lesson, the students would be able to identify
Okay, so,
these.
so number 1, Rane. So
Yes, ma'am.
identify
The structure and function of plant parts involved in plant parts lang, ma'am, kana lang, ma'am, involved in photosynthesis.
sorry, plant parts involved in photosynthesis. Okay. Naabay number 2.
Ang sa number 2 dayon, ma'am, is that kanang describe.
Okay, so you want to use the word describe.
Yes, ma'am. I I explain na lang, explain mas better o ato ang word nga explain, ma'am.
So tanawa, depende man. Pwede describe, pwede explain, pwede ito man, enumerate,
Kuan siya, ma'am. Ako, ma'am, kay explain the role of
explain. Okay. Explain na
Explain
tayo.
the-
Sa day 1 pa lang na ha.
ay, okay.
O day 1 pa man lang ta. Bale, the progress ato ang lesson. So if this is good for 1 week, unsay ato ang learning objective, instructional objective for day 1.
Kana natin
Sa
sige.
tato.
Sige, ma'am.
So,
Kuan siya, ma'am, kana explain the role of the sun in photosynthesis. Murag kana lang dayon ata, ma'am, for the first day.
So enough na ni for one first session or basin og this is too short.
45 minutes raman ka, ma'am.
45 minutes man ang one session. So ikaw man ang teacher ani no ang teacher man gud kay magplan gid ka and then you have to make sure nga within the given time limit makaya na nimo. Ayaw gid siya i-overcrowd meaning too many objectives kay dili na nimo ma-achieve. So, in your judgment, kaning duha ka buok, enough na ni for the 45 minutes class.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, ang verb na atong gigamit ha is identify and then explain. Okay. So, what will be our learning targets?
the learning targets dayon ma'am is that for the number one kanang I can identify the parts and I can identify the parts of the parts of the plants and their function.
So if this is your learning target, is this aligned with
Kulang ato siya ma'am.
number one? Kaana man ka, identify the structure and function of plant parts involved in photosynthesis.
Their function in photosynthesis ma'am.
Oh, tanaw ni mo ang instructional objective oh, ana man identify. Ay identify niya ang structure o ang function sa plant parts involved in photosynthesis. So what will be the learning target?
The learning target kanang kon siya ma'am. I can identify the parts and function of plants involved in photosynthesis ma'am.
So actually, pwede ra gid gyapon ni nimo gamiton. Sumpay lang nimo sa I can.
Okay.
So bali, sa point of view man ni sa estudyante. So pwede ra nga I can identify the structure and function of plant parts involved in photosynthesis. Pwede ra ingon ana. So exactly how you stated it in your instructional objectives. So pwede po ingon siyang i-break. I can identify the structure of plants involved in photosynthesis. I can identify the function of plants involved in photosynthesis. So, unsa man ang imo ang gusto ibutang dire, ikaw ang teacher ani.
I-kuan siya ma'am, iusa na lang siya ma'am katong I can identify the parts and the
Okay, so
function of plants involved in
ato ra nang
photosynthesis.
i-copy-paste.
Yes ma'am.
So, I can identify kana ra gyapon. So, muna ang imong learning target. Okay. So, what will be your number 2 learning target? Okay, this is for instructional objective number 1. Unsa man imong number 2?
Kanang kuan ma'am for number 2 is I can explain how the sun enables the sun to make their own food.
I can explain
How the sun enables the plants enables the plants man siguro to make their own food.
to make its own food.
Yes ma'am.
Ana. Okay. So is this aligned with your instructional objective number 2?
Yes ma'am. I believe.
I can explain how the sun enables the plant to make its own food. So what will be your assessment task? So dapat imong assessment is aligned with your learning target. Now remember, ang imuhang learning target kay ang imong estudyante no, can identify the structure and function of plant parts involved in photosynthesis. And number 2, they can explain how the sun enables the plant to make its own food. So what will be your assessment task or activity?
Our activity ma'am would be a written quiz daw gyapon po.
So written quiz. Okay, describe to me what that written quiz is.
It will be divided into 2 parts ma'am.
Okay, so it's a 2-part test.
Yes ma'am. So the first part ma'am would be a kuan siya ma'am kanabitang kanabitang naay kanang picture ma'am tapos maglabeling sila. Then kanang kuan dayon mura siya og kanang
So man,
picture sa plant.
sila'y mag-draw, ikaw ang or naakay drawing daan.
Nanay drawing daan ma'am, then mag-label lang dayon sila.
So bali, naanay drawing daan, tapos
Mag-label lang dayon sila.
label lang. Unsa po sila sa label?
Ang katong mga kuan ang wait lang. Ay wait lang sa ma'am.
Ano ra ba ang imuhang verbo? Identify the structure
Mm.
and function. Structure and function.
Ay kuan siya ma'am, mura siya og kana siyang ikura kanang i-matching dili siya ba? Ang naasa kong idea ma'am kay kuan unta siya ma'am ikatubi tong mag-labeling sila for the structure nga part ma'am is mag-label sila sa plants kung asa dito ang kuan part sa plant. Then the next
So bali, sila'y mag-drawing.
dili ma'am sila nang naanay
So bali,
diagram dyan.
nag-provide ka o bali, printed imuhang test.
Yes ma'am.
Okay, so bali sa test 1 na ay drawing sa plant.
Yes ma'am. Tapos ilaha dayong
Buhaton na yon.
mag-kuan sila ma'am, mag-label sila atong drawing sa plant ma'am kung unsa ato siya dito ang part sa kuan. Then ang ilaha dayong kuan dayon ma'am is ang ilahang ibutang dito for example ma'am na sila kanang pool bitaw ma'am pool kanang sa kanang bitang pool siya nga kanang mga words ma'am ba for pero dili ngalan dito sa kuan ang ilahang ngalan sa part sa plant ang ilang kuan ko dili function for example ma'am na ang drawing sa plant ma'am is na ay leaf na ay part sa leaf so ang number 1 ang leaf unya na dito sa pool nga box is dili nakabutang dito ang leaf but na dito ang kanang kuan bitaw nga this is bali na ang definition dito sa unsay function sa plant ma'am ang naa dito tapos kung mo dito ang ilang ibutang
Sa ato pa, dili ang estudyante ang mag-provide sa function. Mamili lang siya.
yes ma'am.
Okay.
Tapos sila dayong ibutang dito sa ano ma'am sa ila ding i-label dayon dito kung unsa ilang pagsabot sa number 1 ila ding i-label din dito sa plant kung asa siya dapit.
Okay. So bale, it's using the diagram, not the diagram. Using the picture of a plant, they will identify, no?
Yes ma'am.
So using the picture of a plant, the student will, ano ito?
Using the picture the student will label its parts
Okay.
according to its ano dayon ma'am according to its functions found in a kuan kanang sa ganito tawag anong pool of kuan ma'am word pool or sentences pool inana siya ma'am.
Ano siya na, imo nga baling i-type daan sa, imong i-type daan.
Yes ma'am.
So, mamili lang yung estudyante.
Yes ma'am.
The found in the ano man eh? Options, no?
Yes ma'am. Ano na lang ma'am.
Found in
Options.
the options on the different functions.
Yes ma'am.
On the
Yes, ma'am.
different functions of the plant parts, no?
Yes ma'am.
So, ana imong bot pasabot?
Yes po.
So, you think kung kana ang imong i-require sa estudyante na align na sa imong learning target number 1.
Yes ma'am.
Okay, so part 1 is using the picture of a plant. The student will label its part according to the function found in the options on the different functions of the plant part. So bali na akay mura siya og equivalent sa matching type ba? Murag mag-match siya?
Yes ma'am. Kana ma'am muna kung kon pero lahi lang siya take ma'am bali na live
Mura siya modified matching type pero na ay
Yes ma'am. Kana
illustration.
ma'am.
At least you already have a plan. So meaning kung ikaw mag-create og test, kabalo ka exactly what you're going to ask the students to do. And then what will be your part 2?
The part 2 ma'am is an essay kanang worth kanang for minimum of 3 to 5 sentences, then will be
Essay.
conditional. Yes ma'am.
So, essay.
Then
Unsa man ang essay?
kanang 3 to 5 sentences, minimum of 3 sentences and maximum of 5 sentences.
Kadit lang. Gusto na ako na i-discourage ang essay nga inyong pugson ang estudyante on the number of sentences. Dili kay ko ga-agree ana. Because we just allow your students to freely think. Don't limit them on the number of sentences.
Okay po.
Okay. So anyway, depende man unsa imuhang task na ipahimo sa iya ha. So in the essay, what will you require the student to answer?
They will explain the role of the sun po in making the plants in
The
photosynthesis
student
nila.
will explain.
Yes ma'am.
And written, okay, written naman eh. Understood naman yung written quiz. Will explain daw sa ganito.
The role of the sun in photosynthesis.
Okay, I'd like to ask the class, kindly check if you agree on the assessment task or activity. Ang una natong tanawon is your verbs that you use. In learning target number 1, the student can identify. No? Iyang i-identify. So if you have this written quiz, bali ikaw teacher ang nag-print. So in part 1, using the picture of a plant, so naadayin sila'y makit-an nga options on the different functions and parts sa plant. Ilang i-match dito sa drawing. Ana man to, Wakamora ba?
Yes ma'am.
Okay. So, can I hear a yes from the class? Use your microphone if you agree that this assessment task is aligned with learning target number 1. Use the mic if you agree by saying yes. So, mo agree mo class? Na walay ni tingog. Dili sila mo agree.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Lagi kay katong wala ni agree, may I hear your other option. Okay? So naaba may other option kay the goal here is stick to the verb, no? Nga dapat mag-identify sila sa structure and function. Okay? Ana man ang imuhang verb, mo man ang imong learning target. So ayaw in town sila ipahimo og lain nga action. Kay your action word is identify. Right? So if I will be your judge here, will I agree to this? Yeah, definitely. Oh, this is an assessment task that is aligned with your learning target 1. Okay, let us go to part 2 of your assessment, which is an essay, no? That they will explain the role of the sun in photosynthesis. Because your learning target is I can explain how the sun enables the plant to make its own food. So, do you agree that this assessment task aligns with learning target number 2? Can I hear a yes from the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Isa
Yes,
lang
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
yes, the
Yes,
I.
ma'am.
So, since you are requiring the student to explain, so explain man na, so kailangan mo explain po sila. Okay? So, ayaw sila ipasayaw. Kaya wala gyud nag-require diha nga mosayaw sila. Ayaw po sila ipa-artwork. Kaya wala man ka nag-ingon din ha, gawas kung imuha ng learning target that at the end of the lesson, no, I can explain how the sun enables the plant to make its own food using unsa man in artistic way na okay nag-ingon ana na align na siya pero og wala na ayaw. Okay, so depende sa imuhang learning target. So that's the basic idea. So I hope nasabtan ni. So when you create your assessment plan, the goal is to align. Align your assessment task with your instructional objectives and your learning targets. Okay, so I'll write the name of Rocamora here again for the participation. Perfect, naging ni si Rocamora sa iyang participation 100, nagigraduan. Okay, are there questions from the class regarding your lesson 2 activity?
Ma'am, nano ko clarification po. For
Yes,
for the ano siya ma'am, bali isa lang ka specific lesson na mo whole group.
yes. Pahireho mo output tanan sa
Okay.
grupo kay inyo mo gud siyang i-present sa class. Yeah, dadto na din ako nagraduhan during the presentation. But individually written and then individually submitted. So I'll create a submission portal for this. Napabay lang pangutana. Use the mic please kay di na ko makita kinsay nag-raise of virtual hand.
Excuse me, ma'am. About sa learning outcomes or instructional objectives, kami mag-make ana or mag-refer kami atong sa guide nga gihatag na taan po.
Actually, kani instructional objectives, ani man guna siya ang ikaw maestra tagaan ka og curriculum guide. Naka-indicate man gud to ang learning competency. But then kato man gud nga learning competency is good for 1 week. So ikaw na ang break down adto into smaller tasks. You cannot right away use the same wordings in the learning competency kay good for 1 week man. Dapat manghimo kag lesson plan daily ra ba na siya. So what will be your objective for day 1, for day 2, for day 3, and so on and so forth. So, kamo gyud mohimo ani. Ikaw gyud nga teacher ang mo compose aning imong instructional objectives. So, did I answer your
Okay,
question?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you po. Yes po.
Sige. Any other question? Wala na? Okay. So, ayaw mo pagpili sa og competency ha nga dili siya knowledge or reasoning target. Especially kung kailangan og skill or product. So, ayaw na. So, for example, katong mga experiments or community activities na dili man na nimo ma-capture sa paper and pen test. Dadto na sa assessment and learning too. Focus lang sa katong mga learning targets that can be assessed using paper and pen test. Okay? So kaning mag ano lang sila define, that's a knowledge target. Mag-explain, that's a knowledge target. Mag-identify, mag-enumerate, mag-label. Pero once experiment na, lahi na. Okay? So, assessment and learning to na ang mga output when they will be required to create a product or perform something, no, mga experiment na dili na traditional assessment. So, kung wala na pangutana, I'll stop sharing and I'll give the virtual floor to our lesson 3 teachers. Lesson 3, teachers, the virtual floor is yours. Go ahead, you can start now. And don't forget, open cam ka ha.
Yes, ma'am.
I think you're using two gadget Santianes. Muna ga-echo siya. Kung duha ka buok ang gadget gamiton, yan
Okay
on
na?
ang duha
Or
ka
kay ikaw gyapon?
mic.
Ikaw gyapon?
Wala na, wala na.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, for today's topic, we are going to discuss about the different classifications of assessment. So, next slide, please. So, by the way, I am teacher Dulce together with teacher Rosal. So, we are your teachers for today. Next slide, please. So, I would like to request three students to read the learning outcomes. French, Pakudan, and Ortiza. Please read French. Kindly read the first learning outcomes to be followed by Miss Pakudan and Miss Orteza.
All right, so our learning outcomes. So in this lesson, you are expected to illustrate scenarios in the use of different classifications of assessment.
Miss Pakudan, are you around? I guess Miss Pakudan is not around. So I'd like to request Miss Padriganda to read for the second learning outcomes.
Yes, so the second is rationalize the purpose of different forms of assessment.
So the last learning outcome is to decide on the kind of assessment to be used.
Right, so thank you class for reading the learning outcomes. So next slide please. So the different forms of assessment are classified according to purpose, formed, interpretation of learning, function, ability, and kind of learning. So let's discuss first the classification of assessment according to its purpose. It has two types, the educational assessment and psychological assessment. I would like to request Miss Amarilla to read what educational assessment is.
Educational assessment are used in the school setting for the purpose of tracking the growth of learners and grading their performance.
Right, so thank you, Miss Amirilla. So this assessment in the educational setting comes in a form of formative and summative assessment. So next slide, please. Miss Bolong, kindly read what is formative assessment. Miss Bolong, are you around? No response?
Am I audible po?
Yes, you are.
Formative assessment. Formative assessment is to track monitor student learning and progress toward the learning targets.
So thank you, Miss Bolong. So formative assessment can be done before, during, and after so that we as future educators can decide how to improve our learning strategies until our students meet the learning objectives. So as what Ms. Bolong mentioned, read earlier that the purpose of formative assessment is to track and monitor the progress of our students. So it can be any form of assessment such as paper and pencil or performance-based assessment. So example of the I will discuss later what are paper and pencil or performance-based assessment. So before the discussion begins, the formative assessment serves as a diagnostic tool to determine what the students already know. So usually ang formative assessments kay ginayus ginahatag siya at the start of the lesson for us to determine kung unsa ba gid ang nahibaw-an sa students or wala nahibaw-an or ang ilahang kana ang misconception so that they can be corrected. So after formative assessment, summative assessment will be followed. Mr. Abragan, kindly read what is the purpose of summative assessment?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So, summative assessment is to determine and record what the learners have learned.
So thank you, Mr. Abragan. So when the teacher observes that the majority or all of the learners are able to demonstrate the learning target, then we as a teacher can now conduct the summative assessment. Example of summative assessment are final exams or midterm exams. As what Dran read earlier, that the purpose of summative assessment is to determine and record what the learners have learned. So um, both formative and summative assessment should be aligned to the same learning target. So if we are given word problem solving task in the summative assessment, then word problem should be given during sa formative task. Just like sa ginasad ni Ma'am Jen earlier nga, ang learning objectives nato dapat mag-align siya with our assessment. So next slide please. So another type of assessment according to purpose is psychological assessment. I would like to request Fedes to read what psychological assessment is.
Psychological assessment are measures that determine the learner's cognitive and non-cognitive assessments.
Right, so thank you, Fedes. I have a follow-up question lang. So Fedes, based on what you've read, what have you understood?
I think that this assessment would refer to the student's ability, intellectual ability or capacity, so that teachers may be able to adjust their teaching method or help them if ever namagoy some students that kanang pwede na sila mo accelerate na poy uban students nga kanang na sila somewhere nga dili pa dapat nila grade. That's all.
So thank you, Fedes. No, very good, kasi Fedes. Kindly give Fedes virtual applause, please. So as what Fedes said, no, I would like to remind everyone that for those who participate, I will give plus points during our quiz. So examples of cognitive tests, just like what Fede said, that it measures intelligence and critical thinking skills, just like problem solving. And for non-cognitive characteristics, usually siya gina-use sa atong guidance counselor because um, they measure personality or attitude sa students. So, nagets ra ba guys?
Dulce,
Yes,
can
ma'am.
you, ano ra ta, Dulce ha? Nakadumdum man ko sa balita, good. English lang ta. Ah, bata, nakadumdum ko sa balita about strictly, ano sa ganito, sa balita nga na controversial ang isa ka university kay English only policy. Actually, it's important nga mag-English mo kay ang atong goal, I believe ako na ning na-mention, is to become globally competitive, no? Pwede ba mo makatrabaho maski sa gawas because you're already confident in expressing your thoughts, your ideas, you can explain in English. So, English at Dulce ha.
Yes, ma'am. Noted, ma'am. So, is there any clarification class regarding with the classification of assessment according to purpose? So, none. Therefore, let's proceed. Next slide, please. So, I have a question here, and you are going to identify if it is um, what type of assessment should we use. And we are going to use the emoji race so that we know who will be the student that will answer this question. Okay. I guess Pakudan is not around. So let's play it again.
Wala si Pakudan, kaya ako ni siyang i-mark absent. Absent si Pakudan class or nag-leave. So ako ni i-mark na absent si Pakudan ha.
E.G. Valye, can you answer the question and um, read it first before you answer?
Um, am I audible po?
Yes, you are.
Alright, so teacher tells no wants to identify learners' misconceptions so that they can be corrected. What type of assessment should she use?
What do you think the answer, Mr. Valye? It's either formative or summative assessment. Mr.
Ah,
Valye, you
sorry,
can
sorry
ask
na ako.
help if you
Sorry po
can't
na
answer.
ako.
I sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Um, but I think the answer po is formative assessment.
Next slide, please. Very good. The answer is formative assessment. So as what the situation given earlier that teacher Tessa want to test the misconceptions of the students so that they can be corrected. As what I've said earlier, that formative assessment should be given at the start of the lesson so that our students their misconception should be corrected, right? So next slide, please. Another question.
Naghilak naman lagi ito si Ginoo.
Ginoo, are you around?
O, pag dili mo tubag ha, ako nang i-mark absent ha, kanining wala sa virtual room. or gadget ra ni aten?
Miss Ibonia, are you here?
Absent actually.
Miss Anaga, are you here?
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Read the question and then answer.
Why do we use educational and psychological assessment? So, for me is we use educational and psychological assessment to evaluate an individual's cognitive abilities and emotional well-being so that we can identify their strengths and weaknesses
Thank you,
and
Miss
be able to
Anaga. Oh, sorry.
personal learning. That's all.
Sorry for the interruption, no? So, very well said, Miss Sanaga, that we use educational and psychological assessments in order for us educate teachers to know the abilities or or the weaknesses and strengths of our students. That's why we use this kind of assessments. So next slide, please. So next classification according to form, it has two types also, the paper and pencil type of assessment and performance based type of assessment. So Miss Cachero, kindly read what is paper and pencil type of assessment.
So, paper and pencil assessments are cognitive tasks that require a single correct answer.
Follow-up question, Miss Cachero. So based on what you've read, can you give me at least two example of paper and pencil type of assessment? Actually, this kind of assessment already discussed by the previous reporters. Just two examples lang that requires one single answer.
Multiple choice po and matching type.
Very good. Thank you, Miss Cachero. So, paper and pencil type of assessment, usually in a form of binary, which is the true or false, identification, matching type, and multiple choice. So, next is performance based assessment. Miss Abehay, kindly read.
Okay po. Number two, performance-based assessment. Require learners to perform tasks.
So, follow up question again. Miss Abehay, give me one example of performance based assessment.
For me po is reporting and role playing.
Thank you, Miss Abehay. Very good. So, examples of performance based assessments are demonstrations, reporting, reciting a poem in front of the class, drawing and painting, dance and song performance, and playing musical instruments. So, class, is the classification according to form are clear? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so next slide, please. Thank you for the response. Let's have a short activity first. You're going to answer paper and pencil or performance based assessment. Next slide, please. Previous muna. So, Mr. Bakur, can you identify what type of type of assessment should be used in this kind of questions? So Bakur is not around, so we need to choose another students to answer. So Miss Canoas, are you around? So Miss Canoas is not around, so I am going to call Miss Valia Gliza to answer this question. All you have to do is to answer it's either paper and pencil assessment or performance based assessment for me to know
I
if you really understood what I discussed earlier.
I think the answer is paper and pencil assessment.
Right, so thank you, Miss Valia. You are correct. Next slide, mommy. Next slide. Next slide, please. Another question. Espil-
Uh, yes, ma'am. I think the answer is performance-based assessment.
All right, very good. So next slide, please. Thank you, Mr. Astiliaga. So let's proceed with the next question.
Kanang Dulce, tawagan na lang nang mo participate kay ngano. Konsyon kaayo siya og long time ang kanang ingon ani nga sistema. Okay ra ni siya inani ka nang mag-raffle ratag kinsay makadaog og 100 pesos. Ayaw na lang nang ingon ani kay dugay kita mahuman. Sige. Tawagan
Yes,
kinsa na
ma'am.
inga mag-volunteer kanang willing jud mo answer.
Mommy.
Nanay nanawag sa imong mami day.
Okay, Gapol, you're acknowledged.
Okay, John Paul demonstrated how to properly use a microscope and prepare a slide during the science laboratory activity. So this is a performance task assessment.
All right, very good. So
Performance-based
thank you so much,
DIs.
Apple. Next slide, please. So next, classification of assessment according to function, and it has two types also. The type that teacher-made test and standardized test. So, Miss Madrid, kindly read what is teacher-made test.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are.
So, number one, teacher made tests are usually intended for classroom assessment.
So, thank you, Miss Madrid. So, examples of teacher-made tests are quizzes, long tests, midterm, and final exams. So, usually good. Formative assessments are teacher-made tests. So lastly, we have standardized test. Miss Alcalde, kindly read what is standardized test. She's not around, so I will call Miss Bidoya to read.
Ay, am I audible po?
Yes, you are.
Okay, standardized tests have fixed directions for administering and scoring.
So thank you, Miss Bidoya. So standardized tests can be purchased with test manuals, booklets, and answer sheets. So it is designed to measure the students' knowledge, skills, and abilities based on a set standard. So example of standardized tests are not the National Achievement Test and also licensure examination for teachers or the LET. Next slide, please. So, is there any clarification, suggestion, or violent reaction? Any response?
None so far.
Right. So, thank you, class, for your cooperation. So, I'm now passing the virtual floor to Miss Galasha.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am audible.
Yes, I can hear.
Yes.
So I am your teacher. I'm teacher Rosal. We continue our topic about the classification. So there are two kinds of learning, part of classification. The first one is achievement test. May I call Miss Valcorza to please read the achievement test?
Achievement tests measure what learners have learned after instruction or after going through a specific curricular program.
So thank you, Miss Valcorza. So achievement tests provide information on what learners can do and have required after training and instruction. So achievement can be reflected in the final grade of the learning within a quarter. For example, is what is the rule of the sunlight and photosynthesis? Your performance on that test show how much you have learned and understood about the photosynthesis during the month. If you score well, it means you achieve a good understanding of your topic, which is reflected in your final grade for the quarter. So that is achievement test. The second one is aptitude test. May I call Miss Senaga to please read the aptitude test?
Aptitude tests are the characteristics that influence a person's behavior that aid goal attainment in a particular situation.
So thank you, Miss Sanaga. So aptitude refers to a degree of readiness to learn and perform well in a particular situation or domain. It's also evaluate your ability to solve problems and think logically using a variety of topic. For example, your teacher question might ask, if a plant has dominant gene for a tall height and receive a gene for a short height, the question is, what are the possible combination of gene if two plants are crossed? So the student will use the logical thinking to solve the problem. So that is the aptitude test. Next slide, please. So there are two types of ability in classification. The first one is speed test. Miss Kahayagan, could you please read the speed test? Thank you, Miss Kahayagan. So a speed test measure how quickly someone can complete a set of easy tasks within a specific time limit. For example, what is the symbol for oxygen? What is the atomic number of carbon? Then I will give you 2 minutes to answer. That is the speed test. The second test is power test. May I call Miss Tabid to read the power test?
Power test consist items that with increasing level of difficulty, but time is sufficient to complete the whole test.
Thank you, Miss Tabit. So a power test have questions that gradually increase in difficulty while providing enough time, allowing for a more accurate assessment of their knowledge or ability level without being limited time. Example, describe how the nervous and circulatory system work together to regulate body temperature. So it's you need enough time to answer. So as a teacher, I will give you enough time. So that was a power test. Next slide, please. So before we proceed to our next topic, I have a question. What is the difference between speed test and power test? May I call Miss Paduganda to answer?
For a while, Rosal, I think the word is difference, not different.
Oh, sorry po, ma'am.
What is the
What is
difference?
the difference between speed test and power test?
Okay.
Ako gitawag. Nara po na picture
Yes,
ko.
Miss Paduganda.
So yes, the difference between the speed test and a power test is that the speed test is it consists of easy items where it has a time limit, whereas the power test is that it consists of items that has an increasing difficulty but has a sufficient complete in order to complete the whole test.
Thank you, Miss Paduganda. I will give you a plus point for your quiz. Next slide, please. So in classification, there are interpretation of learning. So there are two types. First is criterion of reference test. May I call Miss Canoos to please read the first one?
Set